Hello and welcome to Btekt and welcome to the OnePlus 7 Pro. If you've never heard of OnePlus before, then you might want to sit up and pay attention. They are a manufacturer who consistently make high-spec devices that rival the big boys, but with one major difference: the price. These devices start from £499 for the OnePlus 7 with 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage, right up to £799 for the OnePlus 7 Pro with 12GB of RAM and 256GB of that UFS 3.0 storage. Both follow their usual ethos of delivering flagship specs at a low price. OnePlus have always been known for their fast devices, but as their new tagline suggests, go beyond speed, this time they have gone all out. And let's start at the most obvious area, the screen. It's a beautiful notchless curved 6.7-inch fluid AMOLED display, QHD plus resolution at 1440 by 3120. It has a very nice screen density of 514 ppi and a 90Hz refresh rate. This means we're going to get smoother animations with pretty much anything that you do on the phone. It's a really beautiful screen, very bright with rich bold colours. The Fingerprint Scanner is underneath the display and it is hands down the quickest in-display fingerprint scanner that I've used so far. It is super quick and you get a small selection of animations that you can use. No selfie camera interrupting the viewing experience either, which I have to say is definitely something that I can get used to. Very slim bezels all around and almost no chin at all. The selfie camera now pops out of the top of the device in about 1 second. The motor is audible slightly and it is rated for over 100,000 actuations. So OnePlus say if you use the selfie camera 150 times a day, you will still be able to use it for the next 5 years. The pop-up camera itself is quite thick, so hopefully it won't be too fragile and get damaged easily. It can detect if the device is in freefall and then immediately retract the camera as quickly as possible to protect itself. More on the cameras in a bit. But before we go on, I want to say a big thank you to Direct Mobiles. Over 24 years of award-winning customer service. It's definitely a great place to look if you need a new phone. Their link is in the video description below, or you can just search directmobiles.co.uk. It's a really nice looking device. I love this Nebula Blue colour, which is only available with the most expensive 12GB version. Unlike the other two colour variants, the blue is made using multiple layers of glass and an anti-glare layer underneath to create this effect. It is also available in Mirror Grey and Almond, which both use different techniques to achieve their look. The curved back design is very comfortable to hold, although it is a very big device and quite thick and noticeably heavier than the OnePlus 6T. To the right side you'll find the power button, and then above that is the mute switch, which has a very solid click to it, and I wish more Android phones had it. You can switch between ring, vibrate and silent. Silent will stop any audio that you have playing as well. Volume rockers are to the left side, and of course on top you have the motorized selfie camera. Underneath there is a SIM card tray, USB Type-C and one of the stereo speakers. The other is housed in the bezel right in the top of the phone, and they sound excellent. They have plenty of volume and lots of bass and without sounding muffled. The combination of the excellent screen and the excellent sound make this phone great for watching content. As a media machine, this could be one of the best phones of the year. It features the 7nm Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 processor with a clock speed of 2.8 GHz, complemented with up to a massive 12GB of RAM and 256GB of the latest ultra-fast UFS 3.0 storage, which offers significantly faster access times, which is perfect for this device and its obsession with speed. Usually I might suggest that 12GB of RAM is overkill, but the extremely clever OnePlus 7 Pro can put some of that unused memory to good use. RAM Boost can work out what apps and data you're likely to need next and then preload them into RAM, almost eliminating the load up time completely. We have a 4000 mAh battery which supports OnePlus's updated warp charge at 30 watts, and it definitely lives up to its name. As well as charging this phone extremely fast, the tech draws the heat down towards the power brick, so whilst charging the OnePlus 7 it won't get hot or slow down its charge even if you're using it at the same time. So what about that camera system? Well, I have been very impressed, I have to say. It's been a lot of fun using this camera, delivering me some really good shots, and I especially like the telephoto lens. It's a triple system with the quad bi-filter 48MP Sony IMX586 sensor that's been doing the rounds of late. This has an f1.6 lens with optical and electronic image stabilization. There's also a 16 megapixel ultra wide angle camera with a 17mm equivalent focal length and an f2.2 aperture, and then there's an 8 megapixel telephoto lens with a 3x optical zoom and a 78mm equivalent focal length and an f2.4 aperture, as well as optical image stabilization. All three lenses give great results and I am really enjoying using this camera. The ultra wide angle shots are great and distortion is very well controlled. The telephoto lens seems to have a very close focusing distance and zooming is perfectly smooth throughout the range. It's really impressive. It's the first time that I've seen a smartphone camera zoom so smoothly. You get great 4K 60 frames per second stabilized footage as you would expect from a OnePlus device, and slow motion 720p recording at 480 frames per second for 1 minute and continuous 1080 recording at 240 frames per second. I really like OnePlus devices in general, and it is mainly because of their brilliant software, the Oxygen OS. It's quite minimalistic, but I really like the overall design. There's no Google feed if you swipe to the right. Instead, you get a dashboard where you can place widgets and organize it the way you want. I do find this layout more useful. You can place widgets for your social media or your email accounts, or stick a play button in there for your Spotify playlist. Of course, we get OnePlus's optional gesture navigation with proper haptic feedback. Being an OLED screen, then of course you get a dark mode, which is a must if you ask me. And not just because it saves a whole heap of power, but because I just think it looks better. Overall, I'm really loving using the OnePlus 7 Pro. It's absolutely dripping with technology, super fast at pretty much everything it does, a great audio and visual experience. What's there not to like? Okay, it is a little bit of a shame that it doesn't have wireless charging, but 30-watt warp charging more than makes up for that. I've got more videos featuring the OnePlus 7 Pro on the way, including a full camera review. The older OnePlus 6T was okay when it comes to photos, but it wasn't really competing with the very best of the competition. But this one definitely does. Full reviews and comparisons on the way. So that's it from me. If you enjoyed this video, then hit the subscribe button, double tap notifications and smash the like button. Plenty more content on the way. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. It's at Btekt. Or just add me on Snapchat at david.btekt. Thanks for watching. My name's David and this is Btekt.